Hello, I'm Andi Mccready. I live here in Stillwater on Churchill by the hospital. I have a couple of topics today. The first one is there was a memo that the superintendent wanted to have released, and the board decided to for last meeting they made that decision. So I obtained a copy of the memo through a data request, and I just want to provide my input on superintendent evaluation, which is one of the topics of the memo. Council says we were asked if it would be permissible or unusual to perform a midterm evaluation on the superintendent. The purpose would be to review and provide feedback on her performance. Council advised that some school districts utilize mid-year evaluations and others do not, and it's a policy decision for the board. So I recommend that since it's very normal to have employee mid-year evaluations in any employee kind of setting, that it would be prudent and wise. It's just a normal practice, so I just advise the board to perform a mid-year evaluation. My other topic is, so the previous board meeting, there was a decision to have Baird continue as the district's financial advising contractor. And the motion was that Baird would be the advisor, but with a new representative. So then I went and I tried to find some documentation that would have changed based on that. So that's really the only documentation we have that is a change. I just want to read the conflict of interest part of the accounting and finance procedures manual. The section is on conflicts of interest. In the course of business situations may arise which Stillwater Area Public Schools decision maker has a conflict of interest, or in which the process of making a decision may create a conflict of interest. All school board members and district employees have an obligation to avoid conflicts of interest or the appearance of conflicts between their personal interests and those of the Stillwater Area Public Schools in dealing with outside entities or individuals. They need to disclose real and apparent conflicts of interest to the school board and refrain from participation in any decisions on matters that involved a real conflict of interest or appearance of conflict. And it goes on for another half a page, but I think you get the idea. So to prepare the scoring for determining the financial advisor, the director of finance, who is the spouse of Michael Hoheisel, who was our advisor for Baird, provided the rubric and the point value. Subsequently, some school board members from the previous board and Shelley Pearson had provided the scoring to go into that rubric. But the director of finance did participate in the process of providing the supporting information that would be used to make the decision for the financial advisor. And I did ask to see any change documentation just to point out who the financial advisor would now be, and that it would specifically not be Michael Hoheisel. And I was also interested in seeing anything about internal bonuses or anything within Baird that would, even if he wasn't participating directly, he might receive those. But I don't see any detailed documentation of what the change is. So if you don't document a change, it didn't happen. So I'm advising you to document that change in some formal official document, not just in the meeting minutes, because it really needs to be documented. We need to have appearance or actual conflict of interest avoided. The Baird contract that we have in place isn't planned to be changed that I know of, but it is from December of 2015. And in that contract, it says Baird has identified the following additional or potential material conflicts. The wife of Michael Hoheisel, a managing director of Baird's public finance team who will be active in this engagement, serves as the issuer's director of finance and business services. That's the contract that's in place now. That does not sound like Michael Hoheisel is being separated from working with the district. So I just feel like if there's no document that has been updated, then, and we don't know the details of Michael Hoheisel's removal from working with the district, we could have some conflict of interest that influences decisions such as taking on debt for the school district, which would for which Baird would profit. Thank you.